You and I Are Polar Opposites Season 2 was ranked number 1 in last week's Power Rankings for the 2026 Summer Romance Anime season. However, there are some new romance animes that I think might be able to dethrone it. So, without further ado, let's get into week 2 of the 2026 Summer Romance Anime Power Rankings. Alright, at number 8, I have Please Excuse My Younger Brothers. Now, last week I ranked it 3rd, which was pretty high, but it fell about 5 spots. Now, does that mean episode 2 is really bad? No. I honestly think that episode 2 is a lot better than episode 1. We really got to see more of that, dynamic between Gen and Ito. Again, just a lot of these cute, fun moments. Obviously, they are step siblings, and we are not at the point where we're like getting into the romance side of it. It's just them being closer as siblings, getting closer as step siblings. Again, still being the tsundere that he is. It's not bad. It's definitely really fun, but it's just not nearly as good as some of the other stuff on this list. So let's move on to number 7, which is Kaiju Girl Carmelise. Now, last week I ranked it 4th, so it did technically drop, but it really didn't because I had it ranked last week because I only watched 4 last week. But this episode was really good. I mean, really, really good. So it hurt me to put it this low, but there's just a lot better stuff out there. Now, by saying there's a lot of better stuff out there, I'm not saying Kaiju Girl Carmelise is bad. No. Episode 2 was really good. I mean, really, really good. It's just, again, those were a hit. Now, let's really talk about Kaiju Girl because this episode was fire. We really got to take a deep dive into, Minami being the good love interest that he is and the good love interest I predicted he would be. We also got introduced to Manatsu, I believe that's the name of her character. She's like this kaiju obsessed girl who thinks Kuro is this priestess slash person who's able to talk to the kaiju Haragon. She's like this. She seems like a really fun comic relief character that I definitely love because later in the episode we see her get mad at these NPCs in the background who've been bullying Kuro and all this, and they spoilers, they lock Kuro in the storage room of the gym or something, and Manatsu overhears this and she gets all pissed what have you done? She's the Haragon's priestess. What are you doing? The school will fall down. And it was just super funny, and I was actually expecting Kuro to just go full on kaiju mode and just prove her right then and there. Obviously that didn't happen. Minami also overheard them. Again, these are these NPCs kind of remind me of the NPC fish from SpongeBob. These bullies of Kuro's bullies, and Minami overhears them and heard oh my goodness, they locked Kuro in the storage room, and he gets pissed. So he's I'm gonna stop being nice to everyone. I was so happy when he did that. I really wanted to just flip him off or something, but he didn't. He went to his storage room, talked to Kuro, and eventually Kuro just goes full on kaiju mode. So that's 2 episodes in a row where we get to see her go full kaiju mode in. Yeah, this shit's so peak. But again, I have to rank it here at 7 because some of this other stuff is just so good. Again, it hurts me to put it so low, but hey, that's what happens. Who knows, maybe next week it'll go up. Alright, at number 6, I have Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky. Now, this one I did not have in my rankings last week, but this one was really, really good, so I need to talk about it. And this is taking account of both episode 1 and 2. Okay, that's just how this, thing's working, okay? Now, the anime follows our main character, Kakaru, who doesn't really, try much in life. He kind of just, goes with the flow of things. One day, however, he meets a girl named Koharu who lives her life to the fullest, even though she's blind. And, yeah, it's slowly you could see him start to change. And obviously, we haven't got too far into anime. There's only 2 episodes out right now. But, yeah, it's super fun because, again, we get to see this guy who's basically your kind of, loner dude, but he doesn't really, have all the loner dude aspects. He's just, again, kind of just tired of stuff around him, so he lives life kind of on autopilot. But again, Koharu kind of just changes this, and his perspective is slowly building up, and it's just so sweet, so cute, man. In episode 1, we saw, Kakaru meet Koharu. We saw, a bunch of setup stuff. It really wasn't too big. Obviously, there were still some cute moments. We got to see them hang out a little bit towards the end of the episode. It was nice. But episode 2 is where we got really, really good, okay? There's a bunch of cute moments in there. They recreated the Titanic scene, or they tried to recreate the Titanic scene. And, at the very end of the episode, it's a big spoiler here, Koharu asks to call Kakaru by his first name, which, if you've been watching romance anime, using first names is a big deal. So, yeah, this episode had me smiling, had me kicking my feet. I was jumping up and down. Definitely check it out, and it hurts me to put it this low. However, the top 5 is absolutely stacked, so I have to do this, and I'm going to move on. At number 5, I have Rich Girl Caretaker. Now, this one I ranked at 2 last week, which, yeah, it means it dropped 3 spots, but god dang, it is absolutely amazing. Again, it was one of the most highly anticipated romance animes of the year, and yeah, it has not disappointed yet. It's just, again, the ones above it are so good. These are all, neck and neck on how good they are, okay? So, please don't say, oh, It's F5. It's not good. No. It's absolutely amazing. And you definitely check it out if you get the chance. Quick recap of the show. Itsuki is our main character, and one day he gets kidnapped along with this rich girl who, while they're kidnapped, takes a liking to him, and now he has to become her caretaker. Turns out she's not the neat and pretty girl she always is at school. She's like really tired all the time, so he has to make sure she keeps up her persona. And again, it's just filled with a bunch of cute moments. All right. Now in episode 2, we got a lot more of those cute moments. We had a bunch of fun stuff. All right, like his first day at school, we got introduced to some new characters who seem pretty good. Again, like I could very well see this show climbing up the rankings for next week and the week after, because I do want to see who these characters are. We got some more cute moments between Itsuki and Hideko. It was very nice, very fun. It was good. We do see how just how helpless Hinako can be sometimes without a caretaker, but we also see how she can be the preppy student she is, but we also see she doesn't have any actual friends. They're all just kind of hangers, they just stay around her just to be around her. So Itsuki kind of is her only true friend there. And again, it was really nice, really cute to see all that happen. We see how Itsuki still doesn't register Hinako really as a love interest or anything like that yet, and I wouldn't expect him to. We're still pretty early in the series. Again, this is only episode 2. However, I'm thinking that's probably what's going to build up throughout the rest of the series, and I feel like this is going to be something that's going to be quite a few seasons long, at least 2 or 3 more, maybe more. I really don't know how much content they have out currently. I know it's a light novel series. I think they're adapting, so it really depends. But this one needs to stay popular, because I feel like if they really rush this into only one season, then it's not going to be nearly as good as it could be. So again, make sure you check this out. Make sure go on, if you're watching on Crunchyroll, give it however many stars you want. Be honest in your reviews. Yeah, that's because this show is really good, really fun, really cute. I definitely want to see more of it, and definitely it will climb the rankings. I guarantee you. I need it to be more popular. Now, this is my personal ranking, so I don't really care if it's popular or not. But yeah, just check it out. Have a good time. Now, for number 4, we have Oh Boy, I Was Wrong About Her. Now, if you've been on Romance Anime TikTok or Romance Anime socials, you've probably seen this massive abbreviation I'm putting on screen right now. That was for the original title. The original title was The Neat and Pretty Girl at My New School is a childhood friend of mine who I thought was a boy, which is 21 words if I counted correctly. Now let's talk about the anime. The anime follows our main character, Hayato, who when he was little had a best friend named Haruki, who we thought was a boy, and honestly, yeah, did look like a boy. One day, Haruki had to move away, and this is when they were still little. I think it was around elementary, and I believe it was 7 years later. Once Hayato gets to high school, he has to move to a new city where he reunites with Haruki, only to realize his homeboy was actually his homegirl. Now, in the first 2 episodes, we were able to see how Haruki kind of puts on this neat and pretty persona in front of everyone else, but when she's around Hayato and just with him alone, she goes back to that old Haruki we knew, or at least Hayato knew back in childhood, where she just has fun. Doesn't have to be all neat and pretty, all this stuff. Because of this dynamic, we are able to get a lot of those cute, fun moments that I just love. Okay, we can also see how Haruki can act kind of jealous sometimes, or teases him sometimes, and does all the crazy stuff. It's just really good. Now, the background characters, they remind me a lot of the background characters from Komi Can Communicate, because one day Hayato has to is talking to Haruki, and the background characters, they are staring him down, because Haruki asked Hayato for his number, but he doesn't have a phone because he's a country boy. He doesn't have any socials, any electronics, no nothing. And the background characters are flamed, they are pissed at him. Again, it reminds me of the Komi Can Communicate background characters were how dare you talk, you worthless pile of trash, you are not able to speak, how dare you reject it. And it's just, it was really good. Okay, it reminded me of that, and I'm sure we're gonna get more moments like that, so I can't wait for that. That's why it's number 4. Really, really good. But time to get to this top 3, and this top 3 is absolutely insane. And all these shows have been absolutely insane. Okay, pure peakness all around for everybody. All right, number 3, we have the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, season 3. Now I know that we got to address this controversy here, and that is we have officially crossed the line. We are entering Alabama territory with what Rentaro did in season 3, episode 1. I know it's weird, but I think it's one of those things where you just gotta look at it, you gotta look past it, you gotta understand hey, that's gonna be a weird aspect of it, but hey, the show's good, and honestly, this is this is like something we signed up for when you watch this show. You're watching a show about a dude who has 100 soulmates who die if he doesn't bag them all. Okay, at the end of the day, like season 1 was weird as heck too. Like, brother, he bagged a girl, and then when that girl's mom didn't like him, he bagged the mother and the daughter. Okay, Rentaro still the walking living goat. Okay, we know that Rentaro did not like it. He got mad at the writer and producers about having to get with this cousin and stuff, but it's fine. The show's still fun. We're not looking at it as a good romance. We're looking at it as just again fun, entertaining, and using deep dives into all those like tropey aspects. Okay, we see how like this cast is fun. We're not really again watching the show for romance. We're not watching the show because we know it's weird. It's a weird concept, but it's just really fun and entertaining because again the characters are so funny. The characters really dive into their tropes, and again it's just over the top, and it's different and it makes it nice. Okay, I'm not looking at it for good romance, and that's why I'm putting it here number 3. It's really good, really fun. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. I don't know if we're really gonna get to 100 girlfriends because if we keep going at this pace, we're getting about 5 new girls per season. That would take roughly 20 seasons and like dang near over is that 12 times 20? That would be about 240 episodes. We could honestly get there. Maybe. This show's gonna still be going by the time I'm 30 and like have kids of my own or something. Now let's move on to number 2, Smoky Mountain Supermarket with You. Now I know the first half of season 1 was released in June and technically was part of the spring romance anime season. However, obviously the second half is going to release the rest of summer, and those are just essentially like mini episode 1 and mini episode 2 is essentially episode 1, the first full episode. Okay, I'm ranting on, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, the fact of the matter is I'm still going to include this in the summer rankings because it's good, but we're just going to go with episode 1 of the full episodes. That way, like, it's a fair matchup between everyone else. Now, this one, really good. I've talked about it in my last video. If you haven't already, go check that one out too because it's really good. But this show, I mean, it's just peak adult cast romance with like just again that sweetness to it. Like, it's not like really dramatic at times. It's just again these two adults who've lived a tough life, like working really hard, have tough jobs, and they're just smoking around the supermarket, relaxing, and being around each other, just having a good time around each other. And again, it's just really sweet. It's really not too deep into the romance. It's just for some people, I know it's gonna be relatable. It's gonna be this kind of really, really, I really don't know how to explain it. It's just this sweet romance, and it's just gonna be, this thing that resonates with you so much, and it's so good. You definitely need to check it out. It's one of the most popular animes out right now. I feel like everyone's talking about it, so I really don't need to explain too much why you need to check this out. I don't need to explain to you why too much. This is right here, number 2, because it's really, really freaking good. But if it's really, really good, what's number 1? Well, who else do you think it is? It's You and I Are Polar Opposites season 2, y'all. All right, I've given this show its props multiple times, and I'll give its props again because god dang, it's good. Season 2 is absolutely amazing. And yeah, this episode 2 of season 2, we got more Yamada Nishi stuff. That's what I was looking for in episode 1. And yeah, this is again just so good. I don't need to glaze it much more than I already have, but why not? Okay, You and I Are Polar Opposites season 2, one of the most popular romance animes out right now. One of the most popular animes out right now, actually. It's really good. Yeah, I really don't need to talk about it much because I feel like everyone knows about this. If you haven't already, go check it out. Intro is good, not as good as the first intro. I will compare it there, but everything else is really good. I love the outro. Animation, as good as always. Taira and Ozma, that's great. Tani, Suzuki, that's great. All right, Yamada Nishi, like these couples are great. The cast is so fun to be around. So yeah, definitely, if you have not already, if you've been living under a rock, go check out You and I Are Polar Opposites. Because god dang, Kocha Asawaga, I think that's how I say her name. All right, she did a great job writing these characters, great job writing this cast. Studio Kai did a great job animating and adapting this. So yeah, check it out. It's all right. It'll only have 2 seasons, but I believe season 2 is confirmed to have 13 episodes. So yeah, super fun. Get ready because this is about to be so peak. All right, y'all, that's it for this week's rankings. I know I'm going to be uploading this pretty late. Yeah, so sorry about that. Had some other stuff. That last video I uploaded took a while to edit and upload, so that is kind of on me, though. But we are getting this rankings video up and ready to go. I'll have rankings tomorrow, next week, or not tomorrow. I'll have those rankings for next week, hopefully either Sunday or Monday. And, you know, I'm probably going to try and upload something this Friday. I have a couple videos of mine, a couple thumbnails I have planned out, so I'm going to probably go record this immediately after, because editing has taken a while, but we are done uploading very soon. With all that being said, though, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe. Help your boy out if you like my content. If you have any ideas on how to improve my content, just let me know in the comments. That's always something I very much appreciate. And with all that being said, I'm the Anime Lifter. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.